Hi, it's Joe from Prepagent with my bestest friend in the whole world, Mark Todd. How's it going, Mark?
Hey Joe, it's going well. How you doing, buddy?
I just gave you that title. You excited?
That's quite an honor.
I
It's quite an
know.
honor.
I
The
know.
prep, best buddy.
So real
BFF.
quick, secret to success. Go in 10 seconds.
Well, if you want it in a sauce or a mist,
This sauce.
the sauce.
Yeah. No, but here's what we did want to talk about today. I did a video before with Luna, who's a brand new agent, who talked
Yep.
about joining a team.
Yep.
You are on the other side of the coin in every sense of the word. You are experienced. You've been doing well. You got your office. We can see behind you. Look at all that busy stuff happening there.
Pretty busy.
Right. So I want to follow up with you about being a team, as you have a completely different perspective on it from somebody who's brand new jumping in.
Sure.
So where should we begin this?
Well, a lot of times I think the conversation for a new agent when they are talking to people is, people go, well, what have you sold? Or how much have you sold? Or your volume. They get to the volume question. And that is when a new agent particularly, will clam up. And so that's why a lot of new agents will gravitate toward a team. The team, what is the value incentive for somebody to join a team for a heavy hitter? Yeah, you get some deals, you get some layups and stuff like that, but you also get the bragging rights of saying, hey, we sold 40 million year to date, and it's only June 12th or 14th, right? So
But what's in it for
that's
you? Like, I get if somebody wants to join your team, you're already rolling. You're already doing pretty well. You've worked hard to establish your reputation in your career.
sure.
So what's in it for you to have somebody join you?
Well, it helps me a couple of different ways. It helps that agent tie down that potential deal, right? Which helps me in the long run. And because I get newbies get a different kind of split. So I work in a couple of different ways. I do both a mentorship and a partnership. I bring on mentoring agents, for the first year, and we have like volume goals and incentives to either hit X amount of dollars or X amount of deals, right? And based upon that, then we do an evaluation if they're going to become a member of the team or not. But we do that to, incentivize them and help them grow and kind of chaperone them. Here's the biggest thing. The most dangerous thing about a new agent is, you think you know all the answers, but you don't know all the scenarios. As with Prep Agent, you can teach them the answers and stuff, but there's always a different scenario. And if there's a lawyer out there working on the other end, they're going to find an angle to come at you. So the best thing about them working with an older agent or experienced one is
Experience, much better word.
is I don't know the things that get you in trouble and the things that don't get you in trouble. And still there's still things that you still don't know that you don't know. Right?
So let me put you on the spot, though, because what it sounds like more is you're describing a mentor rather than a team member.
Well, I do a combination. So I have on my team, I have some successful agents also that we just decided to kind of merge our forces together because we're now going after some of the big players. And with our combined pipelines, we're much more formidable as a team going against it. And I think we have a really good yin-yang approach about it. I'm a pretty skilled negotiator when it comes to like big egos and big dollar amounts that I've had to work with in the past. And this guy's a kind of a more behind the scenes, kind of an accountant type personality, and so and has good interpersonal skills, but gets nervous, discussing them with his clients. So that's where I kind of come in and we help each other close on those deals.
So basically, if somebody's brand new and came and said, I want to be on your team, I just passed my exam, actually
Yeah.
forwarded somebody to you who just passed, who wanted to,
One person.
wonderful person. If she had said to you, I want to work on your team, you would have been like, not so fast.
And the conversation didn't necessarily go like that, but we danced around that conversation, and I wanted her to interview with other people too, because I didn't want her to just jump at the first opportunity she had. I wanted her to talk to other teams, other companies, and see what would be the best fit for her. Well, I thought she would, be a nice asset to my team because she works in an area that I'm looking to kind of expand into, right? And I try not to have any crossover on my team. For instance, I work in coastal Orange County, and I'm pretty good, strong from Newport South, and this girl worked north of Newport, so she would be a good fit in that way for my demographics and my geographics and where I market. And I just followed up with her actually just today to see if she wants to come back in for a second interview.
Well, that's the big difference I hear with the team, though, is they're actually interviewing. When you just want to be a new agent, you're kind of signing up. I got my license, and the brokerage helps you get going. When you're joining somebody's team, you got to bring something to the table.
Good point. And so that's the conversation we had. It's like you were, Joe, it's like you were sitting in the room. So we talked about what is she bringing to the table? Exactly. I got you, man. I got you. What is she bringing to the table, right? So what I try to do is help her with her business. I kind of coach her with her business. Okay, let's talk about where are you strong? Where are your social networks? And she said, well, I'm strong with my church group. I go, great. We can start working that angle. Where do your kids go to school? Do they play in any sports? Are you single? Are you married? What's your ex-husband do? What's your husband do? All those kind of things to, talk about her unseen web of referrals that she can leverage that she has no idea she can even go after. The biggest thing that I think would bring a new agent, and what they don't understand is prospecting. That is the number one key to our business. I mean, it is, you got to kiss 1,000 frogs before you get a prince, they say, right? But that is really the key to our business, is prospecting. I mean, if you're not talking to 10 different people every day about a real estate situation, who do you know who's buying or selling? Who do you know who's just got a kid that just graduated school, or just had a new kid, or needs to get more space in the house, or all those kind of conversations that are provocative questions that you're asking people. You need to be asking those questions while you're prospecting, right? And so I don't think new agents necessarily know that. And so having a senior agent to walk them through this, say, look, this is how you do it, right? Just like, you and I both coach lacrosse. We get a kid that can catch and throw and he's a decent athlete, but he really doesn't know the rules of the game. He doesn't know the fine tuning of why we do the things that we do.
Yeah. Let me ask this. I showed you a social media profile, 59,000, something 59 million followers, something stupid. I don't remember the exact number. But if somebody just passed their test and had that, would your eyes light up, be like, come work for me?
Yes.
Only because I asked, a lot of experienced agents haven't been through that a lot.
Followers.
Huh?
How did they get that many followers? What was their business or their life before getting into real estate?
I get it, because you would be like, you just got into real estate, so your followers aren't for that. So what is it for? Right?
Right, exactly right.
But at the same time, you're talking about reach. I mean, asking people about where their kids play, that didn't have to do with real estate either.
Sure, but that's a reach, because when she talks if she's like becomes a teen mom, and let's say she's bringing cookies, or she's in charge of bringing orange slices to the game, right? She's going to be talking to other parents, and other parents have even greater reach there. And again, you do that same line of conversations where who do you know who needs to do this or who needs to do that, right? And you create the conversation. And a very subtle drip that I do, I try to email all those kind of people when I have those relationships through my work email. So I'm not pounding them that I'm doing real estate, but when they correspond with me, it's to a real estate company. I used to do stuff through my personal email. Now I just keep my coaching stuff through my personal email. But when I'm trying to reach out into those communities, when I first got started, I was using my real estate email into my coaching community too, so they knew what I did for a living. Now everybody kind of knows.
There you go. So one question I get all the time that I want to dispel or validate before we wrap it up here, and I think I know the answer to this, but I want you to give the answer, be the bearer of the bad news. I got a lot of people who pass their exam, so I want to join a team. Why do you want to join a team? I'm hoping to get a salary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I understand what they're saying, because I think what they're thinking is, I'm nervous to be pure commission, work for Coldbank or Keller Williams, you name it.
Right.
And I'm thinking if I could do the paperwork for somebody, maybe not go out and do things, but do the more regular things, and I'm really efficient, I'm really organized, I could be a salary. Like, they have this more personal assistant in mind.
Yeah, back office person.
Right, and you're going to say, well, that's a back office person. That's not a team member.
And here's the thing. You don't need a real estate license to do that job, right? You need a real estate license to be in houses, to be quoting prices, to make rapport with people. We get a lot of people that think they want to do real estate, then they want to be back office people instead. And that's, I think that's the big kind of myth with our business too, is that people think all the time, oh, I'll become a realtor, I'll sell one house and I'll be rich. Well, first of all, like today, I took a $12,275,000 listing. Everybody goes, oh, you're going to make 6% of that. No one makes, some guys will brag about that kind of stuff, but like this client, I sold a couple of houses for them already this year. That commission is going to be grinded down. I know that, right? It's not going to be 3% on each side. And I had, like, for instance, I had a dual variable commission, which I tell another agent, look, if I get the buyer and you're competing in an offer against me, I'm going to give it to my client for less at 4% commission instead of them having to shell out the 5% commission, 2.5% to each side, because I'm representing the buyer. So anyway, so back to your question. When they decide they want to become a back office person, they really got into the wrong industry. It really is. And we have a lot of people in the industry. You throw a stick in Newport Beach and you hit a realtor, honestly, or you hit someone who's licensed, right? And you got to grind. You got to do the work. Like this new listing I took, this is about a culmination of a month worth of work. And not just, I just didn't put it in an MLS one day. There's a lot of photo shoots, a lot of Matterport videos, and drone videos. All this stuff had to be done well in advance. I had to watch weather patterns to make sure that we had some texture to the sky when we did our photo shoot and things like that. There are so many things that go into it that if you're deciding, well, I want to be a back office person, well, that's really, you've chosen the wrong industry.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, our business is great for people. If you like talking to people, and even if you don't like talking to people, you should learn to like talking to people, because here's why.
So you can make friends.
Just ahead of yours, right? Meaning you're not looking for the commission, you're not focused on commission. You want to know what's their buttons, what makes them tick. I have a lot of really successful clients that, I have an opportunity when I sit there with them, I find, well, how do you do your business? Well, tell me about it. And I get to see their MO and how they work. And like some of my clients, I can call 6 a.m. in the morning because I know they're going to be up and working, right? Or if I call them at midnight, sometimes I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning sending out an email. I'm not neurotic like that, but just sometimes you get deals and you just don't have time to sleep. When you're really, really busy, you just got to work through it and you got to take it as it comes. Now, that doesn't sound like a really appealing life to everybody, right? Because that's why I'm taking on a team. I was doing all this by myself, right? And so now that I'm taking on a team, I can delegate it. But who am I going to want to delegate it to? I'm going to want to delegate it to somebody that has really good people skills, somebody I feel that's going to be an extension of me. They're going to know how to say it and when to say it and why to say it. Because we've had lots of training conversations where they sat in rooms. I like to do a lot of conference calls with my clients when I first call them. I'll say, hey, John, it's Mark. I'm here with Simone and Elizabeth and Jamie, and they're 3 of my teammates, right? And Jesse's going to be coming in a minute, but I just want to start the conversation. And so they're talking to me, but my team is listening to the conversation.
Right, so everybody's in.
Yeah, so everybody's in. Saves a lot of time that way, too, so then I don't have to rehash, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. We have everybody on quiet mode. No one is to chime in. Even if he rips in somebody a new one, right, and lays into somebody, just sit there, grin and bear it, right, and let's grow from it.
Right.
So that's the conversation.
So that's a good, yeah. So that was a nice way to circle back, but, got to wrap it up here. Can we follow up on this next week?
Love to, Joe.
All right, so that's Mark's take on being a team. You can look from where Mark is. He's in Newport. I'm going to put the zip code for Newport in the bottom so you can see it. This is Joe from Prepagent, and thanks, Mark. We're going to talk again soon.
Thanks, Joe. See you, buddy.
Okay, bye.